Why is it that we get excited to change and then we bail on following through? This is the hot topic that we're going to dive right into the center of the fire together. Welcome to the Man on Fire podcast. It is your host, your mentor, and the creator of Man on Fire, David Mailer. You guys all know what I'm talking about. Whether it's New Year's Eve and you're making all these resolutions and you say, starting tomorrow, I'm going to the gym and I'm going to get in shape and I'm going to finally get that six-pack abs and I'm going to start eating healthy and I'm going to go after that new business and XYZ. And next thing you know, it is January 12th, 13th, or 14th, or maybe for some of you it's February 1st. And all of a sudden, there's crickets. Nobody is in the gym. All of these commitments. Why did so many people bail? Or you know what I'm talking about, especially if you're a guy, you can't help but turn on Rocky for the 105th time. And next thing you know, you're getting motivated, you're getting all pumped up, you're getting juiced, you drop to the floor, you do a bunch of push-ups, you're proud of yourself, you break into a little bit of sweat, you tell your wife, you tell your kids, Dad's getting back in the gym, starting tomorrow, I'm back in the gym. And you wake up, and what happens? That alarm clock goes off. Your enemy, the pirates, the saboteurs that we discussed in previous podcasts, and next thing you know, you hit snooze, and you hit snooze again, and you hit snooze again, and you hit snooze again, and next thing you know, you're not going to the gym, but you convince yourself you're going to go later in the day, and do you go? No, you have to put out fires at work, you have to do things to get home early, to take care of the kids, or to help your wife with something. Next thing you know, the change that we were excited to make, we bailed on it again. Now, why is that? Let's take a look at some of the reasons behind that, and as a reminder, if you've ever tuned into any of these podcasts, please, please, please don't beat yourself up. Don't be hard on yourself. Don't punish yourself. Don't wallow in shame and guilt. Know that you are worthy. Know that you are lovable. Know that you are enough. Know that you are great. You are extraordinary and you are phenomenal. And everything else is just an illusion. Everything else is just a lie. So please remember that. So what happens is that we were all brought into this world of wanting an instant fix. We want an immediate gratification. We want the magical genie. We don't play the long game. So many of us are so caught up on the quick fix and the short-term result, and we just want this feeling that we want, and we want a feeling that we want to get away from. And so we live in this world of naming and blaming and shaming and judging and projecting and looking for magical fixes, magical cures, magical pills, magical lotions, and looking for the genie. That will never work. That mindset is a consciousness mindset. This thing that you just want to get away from the pain and you want to feel the pleasure. It's a temporary feeling. It will fade, but yet we all go for the Whopper. We all go for the Big Mac. We all go for the junk food. We all go for the pornography, and it feels good in the moment, and then a minute later, an hour later, a day later, we're wallowing in our shame and in our guilt again. Why do we get so excited to change and then we bail? We got these patterns, and this pattern of repeating a pattern over and over and over again, we finally get to this point where we have this emotion that we call frustration. But here is the problem. Most of us think frustration. We don't actually feel frustration. There is a world of difference of I'm mad at myself, I'm frustrated with myself, and we're saying it, but we're not really feeling it. And I teach this to the men in my community all the time. I teach them about one of the syndromes about how we try to outrun our pain is called the detainer. It's where we're stuck on this merry-go-round. What does it mean? It means, well, some of us just get stuck in a life of suffering, feeling unworthy and not good enough. We do nothing about it. We have low energy, so we can't do anything. Then we finally graduate that, and we go up into this other tier of consciousness called polarity, where we're naming and blaming and shaming and judging and projecting and looking for magical fixes and cures and potions and lotions and a genie to come and save and fix us. And then finally we realize one day when we look in the mirror, oh my God, I'm the common denominator. I'm the one that keeps repeating this pattern. I can't keep blaming the third ex-wife. I can't keep blaming other people for why businesses are failing. I realize I'm the common denominator, and it's the first time ever that some of us will take personal responsibility for our life rather than pointing our finger outward, which you all know. When we point our finger out, there's always three fingers pointing back at you, so we got to look in the mirror. We got to be honest with ourselves. So what ends up happening is that in our culture, we have this frustration that's building inside of us, but we don't have permission to feel it. We've been slowly castrated. We've been taught and indoctrinated into a world of slow castration where men can't feel their emotions. We have stories, if I were to feel this frustration, if I were to feel this anger, I'm afraid that I might hurt someone, maybe even take somebody's life. Then we have this other story that if I were to show this level of frustration, show this level of anger, show this level of rage, the people that love me the most will see me as a monster. Then my greatest fear ever is they'll withdraw their love from me. And yes, it's true for so many of us, we never really learned, well, how do I get with those feelings? How do I get with those emotions in a constructive way, in a healthy way, where I use it to build, to transform, to create, for opportunities, to step into the bigness of who I am? Most of us still have that mindset of like a teenager that gets in fist fights, and we do things where we're projecting things and our anger and our emotions onto someone or something. So we have to get to a point of maturation where we don't put those feelings, we don't put those emotions on another human being, but at the same time, we don't shut them down. It's our birthright, it's our rite of passage to have these emotions, to have these feelings, to use this as a catalyst, to use this as leverage to make fundamental change in our life. So if we can't feel frustration and we're only thinking frustration, nothing will ever change, because the whole idea of thought is to prevent us from taking action. And so many of us, as you know, are living up in our heads. We got to drop down into our body. We got to actually feel. So I have, story after story after story, like from my younger brother, who maybe 1,000 times already will text me, starting tomorrow, I'm going to start on that new diet. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to get back into the gym. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to start walking 10,000 steps a day. And I write back, great, I'm proud of you, I'm happy for you. But sure enough, he either doesn't do it or within a week, he's bailed on it. Why? He can't feel the frustration. Then we have guys all the time that are filling out applications. They've been following me for years. I've been following you for years. Maybe they fill out an application to speak to one of our coaches, to see if one of our events is right for them, to step into a change, step into this new life, to step into a better version of themselves, to up-level themselves, to step into their full potential. And what do? At least 85% of them don't even show up for the phone call. Why? Same thing. Live in a world of immediate gratification. We thought, when I filled out the application, the tension's gone. We turn to pornography and masturbation. The tension's gone. We eat the Big Mac and the fries. The tension's gone. No. It's only building in momentum, but we still want that short-term fix. And we don't follow through. We don't play the long game. We're still looking for magical pills. We're still stuck on the merry-go-round. And what's another reason? Aside from the fact that we're not feeling the emotion, because emotion is energy in motion. Emotion is what will set you free. Emotion is what will give you leverage to make change. Thoughts won't give you leverage to make change. Thoughts stay as thoughts. Thoughts prevent action. Another problem that we have is we don't have a deeper why. We are not emotionally connected to a deeper why. What do I mean by that? Well, a guy that has a young daughter who's 8 or 9 years old, and he's not in shape, and he's a candidate for potentially having a heart attack one day, or a stroke, or cancer, he needs to recognize, hey, my daughter wants me walking her down the aisle one day. Maybe jogging, maybe running, being fit, being in a tux that I look sharp in, where she has a vibrant and healthy father that's going to be around for a long time, and he's going to be a grandfather. If we're not emotionally connected to that why, we're not going to do it. Why? Because almost all of us, and I can speak for myself, we all have aspects of ourselves that don't feel worthy. We all have aspects of ourselves that feel like we're not good enough, we're inept, we're inadequate, we're stupid, we're dumb, I'll never get it done, I'm going to fail. Every one of us has that. So we have to use emotional leverage to get past the pirates, past the saboteurs of these feelings of I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not worthy enough, I'm not worthy of love, I'm not worthy of change. And we got to get connected to a different why, a bigger why, bigger than ourselves. Find your leverage. So what are some solutions here, right? I'm laying it on you guys thick, and a lot of you are listening going, oh my God, he's so right. This is exactly what happens in my life. Why does this keep happening? And I'm telling you why. Because we keep repeating the same pattern over and over again and expecting a different result. We can't, because we don't have emotion. We have to have emotion. We have to have leverage to make these changes. So what are some solutions here to offer you guys so I don't just leave you shipwrecked? I want to make sure you can take back the helm of your own ship and take it towards that island called I Love My Life, as opposed to Skull Island. How the hell did I end up here? So number one is we have to learn how to feel our emotions. And if anyone ever wants to learn that beyond what you already know, and you make sure you come into our Man on Fire community. I'm teaching seminars on this all the time, free workshops, as well as paid for programs that you can come to. One of our signature events is called our Man on Fire 4-day immersion. It's a must for men that want to be cracked open and start to feel again and get the hell out of their head. So you have to learn to start feeling your emotions again. How can you do that? In privacy, where you don't scare anybody, right? Where nobody is going to worry about why is that person making those sounds or feel threatened in their own body. You go in your car, you go in your basement, you put a pillow over your face, just start making sounds. Stop thinking your feelings, feel your feelings. Make sounds, grunt, groan, yell, scream. Again, don't do this in front of somebody that's going to get scared. That's number one. Start feeling your emotions again by making the sound. Oh, what if I feel like I'm faking it? No, you're faking it every day by not feeling your emotions. You're faking it every day by being even-keeled, by being monotone. That's faking it. The real you has emotions. Remember, look at children. They have emotions all the time. Then we stop doing that. We stop doing that when we think we're going to be judged for it, or we would have gotten in trouble for it, or one of our parents was going to withdraw their love if we didn't stop being emotional. Next thing you know, we have no emotions, we have no leverage to make change. So number two, you can get accountability. What does that mean? It means if left to yourself, if left to your own ways, you're not going to do it. You're going to hit snooze on that alarm clock. You're going to eat the Whopper. You're going to turn to pornography again. Maybe you're going to have an affair again. You have to have accountability. You have to have support, challenge, accountability, iron sharpening iron. Make sure that you find somebody that will hold your ass to the fire, that will hold you accountable, that won't placate, that won't sugarcoat it, that won't let you off the hook. If you have a trainer that's not pushing you, fire the trainer. If you have a coach that's not pushing you, fire the coach. If you're in a men's group that's not challenging you and you're still getting away with your stuff, your stories, your BS, your lies, fire them. Get somewhere where you have radical responsibility and ownership to being held accountable to the greatness inside of you. So what's the mindset? What's the mindset that I want you to have? There is nothing wrong with you, and you are not broken. So for all of you listening right now, you're like, oh my God, David, this is exactly what keeps happening in my life. I get excited, I get motivated about the changes, I join the gym, I start to take out a loan, looking to take out a loan to start that new business. I do all these things, and then I bail on it. I thought there was something wrong with me. No, there's nothing wrong with you. Welcome to what it's like to be a man. There's nothing wrong with you, and you are not broken. The pirates, the saboteurs, they'll want to tell you you're broken, there's something wrong with you, this bigger and better life was meant for everybody else. Stop believing that. It's not true. It's a lie. You are not broken. You are enough. You are lovable. You are worthy. You are great. You are extraordinary. And you are phenomenal. And you deserve a better life. And all the rest is an illusion. All the rest is a lie. And I and my team and the Man on Fire brothers and community will always remind you that you are enough and there's nothing wrong with you. All you need is a little bit of accountability. All you need is to learn how to start feeling your emotions again. So remember, there's a big difference in insanity and stupidity. Insanity is where we do the same thing over and over and over again, and we keep expecting a different outcome. That's insanity. Stupidity is knowing that we're doing that. And you are not stupid. You are smart. You are intelligent. You are enough. And I love you. All right. Put into the chat, guys. What is the emotion that you know you need to start feeling and connecting to, and how are you going to do that? Are you going to yell into a pillow? Are you going to go into your car? Are you going to go into the basement? What are you going to do to start feeling those emotions? And put into the chat, who are you getting to hold you accountable? Don't say your sister. Don't say your mother. Don't say your wife. They don't want to hold you accountable. You can't sit in a church group or a synagogue group twiddling your thumbs where everyone's just talking about their problems. No, who is going to really hold you accountable? If you don't have someone, then look into our organization because we will hold you accountable. So put that into the chat, and if there's anyone out there that you know needed to hear this message, please, please, please share it with them. Together as men, we all rise. We are here to build each other up, not tear each other down. This is a world where we need more championing energy. All right, guys, I love you so much. Here's to you rising with passion, with power, and with a deep sense of purpose. I love you. If you like what you're seeing and hearing, then hit that like button and subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you'll know the next episode has dropped.